Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Russia hitting a U.S. factory in Ukraine. Despite Trump pushing Putin's agenda when it comes to Ukraine giving up land, and Trump obeying when Putin said Ukraine couldn't join NATO, Russia has hit a U.S. factory. Zelensky posted about the U.S.-owned factory, saying it was a, quote, ordinary civilian enterprise, an American investment. They produce such familiar household items as coffee machines. Undoubtedly, somebody will question whether or not the factory imported or produced items that could be used in construction of defense-related articles. We don't have that information, and from all reporting, it was a completely civilian facility. But even if that was the case, the strike still signals Putin's willingness to hit U.S.-owned facilities. Early reports say it was hit by 2 Russian cruise missiles that were mixed in with the barrage of more than 500 drones. This is a major problem for the Trump administration. Not just does it call into question the idea that Putin respects Trump, or that Putin wouldn't have invaded if Trump was president, as Trump says and Putin teases. It calls Trump's bluff. Early on, Trump wanted U.S. investment rights in Ukraine in exchange for continued support. He indicated that would help keep Ukraine safe. He was operating under the assumption that Putin would be too afraid to strike at U.S. investments. Well, that's clearly not true today. This strike is basically Putin calling Trump a weakling. Why is Putin so emboldened? It's not just that Trump adopted every position Putin wanted him to have. It's that Trump balked at putting tripwire troops into Ukraine, as we talked about yesterday. Just as putting in small numbers of troops signals a willingness to engage in military conflict if necessary, refusing to commit those troops demonstrates very clearly that the U.S. is unwilling to use force. Contrary to Trump's constant statements that say Putin wants peace, he doesn't. He wants expansion, just like all of the experts on Russia have said. He wants land in a restored Russian empire. He wants to restore Russia to superpower status. Trump's very public undermining of U.S. allies and Trump's rejection of tripwire troops told Putin Trump was weak and that he could hit U.S. investments and nothing would happen because Trump wasn't willing to put in tripwire troops during peacetime. That means Putin knows for certain he isn't willing to actually jump into a hot war. Now, I want to be clear about one thing. I don't support direct U.S. involvement in going to war over this factory. I don't think that's the course of action that's needed. But what this shows, without question, is that the idea that Putin wouldn't have attacked Ukraine if Trump was president is false. Putin just attacked U.S. interests while Trump was president. At time of recording, it's been hours since the attack. There's still no apology from Russia. They can't realistically claim it was an accident after it was hit twice by cruise missiles. They did it, and they aren't worried about potential U.S. response. It might be time for the administration to acknowledge Putin is not a friend to the U.S. He's the leader of a competitor nation. He's not Trump's friend. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.